Hey everyone, anyone is here, and I'm actually recording this after I recorded the episode that you're just about to watch, and I just wanted to apologize for the horrible audio quality. Some reason my Windows reset my microphone levels, which pumped it up really loud, so I was able to lower the levels when I rendered the video, but it's still a bit distorted, so just wanted to apologize for the horrible audio quality and enjoy the video. Hey everybody, anyone is here, and today we are back on the Rack ATL Overload server, and what we're going to do today is we are going to follow up to last episode where we prepped a bunch of items and started making it, and this time we're actually going to put those items to use. So as you can see here, I have everything I need for the Pump Plus, as well as the Quarry Plus finally finished, and we have 2 Tesseracts. So before we jump into this, I just want to show a couple small changes I made downstairs. For now, I've left the actually, you know what? I should grab the Tesseracts. For now, I have left, there we go. I have left the actual magmatic dynamos as is right now. I am going to nicen this up a little bit, but it's not my primary goal right now, so we're going to just leave that alone as is. So I was saying last time I made this tank here, and what is this tank for? One of the things that you get, one of the fluids you get while mining the overload in the overworld is oil. And that's why we wanted that Pump Plus to be able to pump that out. But we don't want to just void that oil. We want to do something with it. So for the time being, we are going to pump it into here. Now, what's worth noting is I am not only going to get oil, I'm probably going to wind up getting lava and some other stuff. For now, anything that I get that we don't need, I am just going to pump into this void pipe, and since this is closer than this, once we have a bit of oil in there, and which what I'll probably wind up doing is getting a bucket of oil and just putting it in there manually so we know nothing else is going to go in there. All the oil is going to go in here, and anything left over is just going to go into this void pipe. So if this gets like lava in it, it's just going to dump it into the void pipe. I don't think we need to actually dump it into this lava tank, just because I think we're fine with the amount of lava we have. 2.8 million millibuckets. Millibuckets? I think that's what the MB stands for. And then our pump should be fine. If at any point we realize that we could use more lava, I could always hook this up to here and we'll be fine. But I don't think we're going to need to. So, another thing worth noting that I did was I just threw a bunch more chests connected to the output of this, just because I feel like because of the speed that we're going to be going, we're going to wind up with a bunch of resources quick, and I don't want this filling up and then the system backing up. So worst comes to worst, anything that this can't process is going to dump into here. Hopefully that doesn't happen, and then once this chest, anything is going to get dumped into here, and then this is going to start putting it out into all of these chests. Very cool. Okay, so let's jump right into it, a Tesseract. So as you can see from the last version of Thermal Expansion, oops, sorry about that. From the last version of Thermal Expansion, Tesseracts have changed quite a bit, actually. So one of the first things you'll notice is that Tesseracts, there's not different types of Tesseracts anymore. It used to be one item and an item Tesseract and a fluid Tesseract. That is no longer the case. I believe the way it works now mind you, I've never used the new Tesseracts, but I assume it's the same thing. The way it works is now both, why can't I put this here? It's, I guess, doesn't like me placing it against that. Why can't I place this Tesseract? Do I have to do something special to place a Tesseract? Hold on 1 second. Let me look into this and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and apparently I have to, this is actually just a Tesseract frame full. I actually have to surround the Tesseract frame with bronze and silver, which I'm pretty sure I have both, so we have nothing to worry about there. Where is my bronze? 1, 2, 3, 4. And silver, I don't have a silver blocks here somewhere. There we go. Okay, so we just need to surround this with this. Actually, we need, how much more? 4 more of these. There we go. Okay, so let's do that. Cool. Okay, now we have 2 Tesseracts. Very cool. All right, so let's go back down there. So as I was saying, there used to be 3 types of tesseracts: item, fluid, and energy. That has now been all merged into one, and now there's just one type of tesseract. And this one tesseract can do everything. So again, let's get rid of the NEI overlay. So now, okay, so we could tell it we wanted to send and receive items or fluid or whatever the case is. So this is going to be sending energy. So let's see if we can figure that out. Energy mode. Okay, so item mode blocked, fluid mode blocked, and we want to send energy on the side. I don't think it really matters if I send and receive, but for our purposes, we are just going to send. And then we are going to name this, I don't know, first test. Okay, boom. There we go. This is our first test. We are going to lock it to ourselves. There we go. Okay. So now we have a locked tesseract to us. First test. Very cool. Awesome. So what this is going to do, this is going to provide the energy into this tesseract, and it is going to come out the other side in this tesseract. So, great. So now we could just hook this up to... Let's just get up there. We should be able to hook this up to our quarry and our pump and be good to go. So let's get some hardened energy conduit to be able to convert the RF into MJ, which the quarries need. And now we have our quarry plus, and now we should be able to make our pump plus. So let's see. This goes here. This goes here. This is here. This is here. No? Like that? Oh, is this another thing that I'm going to have to... I probably have to put this in the assembler, don't I? Yeah, 64,000. Okay, so it's not as bad as the Quarry Plus, but it's still pretty bad. So we're going to put this into our lasers, and while this is going, I am going to peep out a good spot to be able to run. Let's get this going. Boom. I'm going to peep out a good spot where we can actually place our quarry and our pump, and by the time we get back, we will be ready to try it out. So stand by, we'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and while I'm waiting for the mining the pump plus, that's what it's called, to finish up, which it's almost done, I wanted to make a new pick, because even though this is actually a really good pick for fortune, it's really not the best pick. One of the main reasons is I wasted a modifier on that EU chip, and I don't actually think it was worth it because it dies out really, really quick. And now this pick's durability, if I used up all the EU in it, is less than half. So I finally got the cobalt. I smelted some ore with those pyrithium dusts to double my output of cobalt. So I made 16 of them. As you can see, I only have 14 in my inventory, and that is because I have 2 in here. And what are we going to use with those 2? We are going to use it for a head and a tool rod. So let's get this stuff in here. And that. Okay, we should be able to put this in here. I think I finally got this. And then that. Cool. Let's wait for it to dry. Great. So now we have the head. And now we should be able to put in a tool rod. Cool. Now that's actually going to leave us with a couple nuggets of cobalt, but we'll deal with that another time. Cool. So now we have the tool rod and we have the head, but we still need a binding pattern, binding. And what we're going to use for this is we're going to use paper. I know it doesn't add much durability, but it does definitely adds an extra modifier, which I really want. I think this is going to give me 4 modifiers or 3, and then I could add a diamond gold for a 4. So let's get that paper binding. Now let's see if I did this right. So we'll switch over to that. We will put our cobalt head there, our rod there, this here, and now this gives us 4 modifiers, 1400 durability with a mining speed of 11. Okay, but we're going to do better than that. So let's make that very cool. So now we want to do better than that, right? Because, I mean, that is cool and all, but I feel like we can get faster. So what do I put it in here? If I put this in... No, wait. In here. There you go. No, that's the pattern. Oh, yeah. Okay. I just put it in here. That's right. I can put this in here. Now, first thing we want to do is add a shit ton of redstone because we want haste on this thing. We want this thing to mine quick. And luckily enough, I have a ton of redstone. So I'm not sure how much redstone it's going to need to max out haste, but I guess we'll find out right now. So we'll put a stack into here right now. Oh, maybe we put this here. There we go. Okay, so now let's start doing this. Okay, so this is going to take me a while, so let me just speed up through here, and we'll see what happens when this is full, how many modifiers it takes up. Okay, I am back, and as you can see, I have 4 levels of redstone on this baby. This thing should be really quick, but I don't think I'm done here. I believe if I put a diamond, yeah, if I put a diamond and a gold block on it, it gives me an extra modifier. Very, very cool. Now, I was planning on putting moss on it, because if you look inside the book, let's just get it here. If you put moss on one of these guys, where is it? Somewhere in here. There you go. If you put moss inside this, it actually repairs itself in the sunlight. But I'm not actually sure if I'm going to do... You know what? We are going to do that. I was thinking, I know the newest version of Tinker's Construct that we should be updating to soon will allow me to use MJ or RF, Redstone Force, from Redstone Flux, yeah, from Thermal Expansion to be able to recharge these things. But I think maybe moss might actually be a better idea. It might not be as fast, but it might actually work pretty well. So let's see if I have some mossy cobble. I'm pretty sure I have some somewhere. And again, this is the reason why I need some type of sorting system. But we'll get to that. Oh, I only have 2 pieces of mossy. Yeah, I only have 2 pieces of mossy. We will come back for that. We could decide on whether we're going to do that later. This is almost done. Very cool. So once that is completed, I will take you to where our new quarry is going to be. Now, I call it a new quarry, but actually, to be completely honest with you, it's not new at all. We are going to be quarrying in the same area. Let's take that out of here. We can put this in here. We could always use more redstone. As you can see, I also made a 3rd laser. I got some more extra diamonds when I was flying around my quarry, the old quarry site. There was a couple diamonds in the war, so I was able to use my fortune pick to break that. But we will still have this fortune pick, and we can use this in the future. We just can't use it right now. That's pretty much it. We don't need it right now. We don't really need fortune. This thing, I mean, this should dig pretty quickly. Let's go somewhere that I don't care about breaking blocks and see how fast this baby goes. Yeah, look at that. That is awesome. This is that is so great. Now, would it be worth putting fortune on this? Probably not, just because I've put so much haste on this already. There's really no point of putting fortune, especially that I do already have a fortune pick. So, are we done here yet? This will be done probably in about, well, a couple seconds, actually. So, once this is done, I'm going to pull this out of here, and we will move over to where our quarry is. So, I will see you guys back at the quarry, and as you can see, this completed. I will see you guys at the quarry in a moment. Okay, I know I said I was going to be back at the quarry, but I remembered where some mossy cobble was, so I kind of want to put the moss on here. So let's do this. I missed one. One more. As you can see, I pulled up almost a stack of it, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we have a bowl of moss, and now I should be able to put this here, this here. Now the question is, do I want to put moss on this that will auto-repair it, or do I want to add a diamond to it? Let's find it. The diamond will give it, how much? 500 extra durability. You know what? We're going to try the moss. I'm kind of curious how well this works. So we're going to put some moss on this. Boom. Now this will slowly repair itself, and it will repair itself quicker in the daytime. But it will always repair itself. So I'm just going to sleep, and now this time for real, we will be going to the quarry. So let me head out there, and I will be back in a moment. Okay, we are back, and it's worth noting that I do know that I can repair the tools also. The problem is, Cobalt is a pain in the ass to get, and I don't want to have to keep dealing with that. As you can see with my longsword, I have sharpness on it. I have 4 modifiers of sharpness on this sword because it's made of steel, and I don't mind having to use steel. But Cobalt is just going to be such a pain in the ass to keep trying to get that I didn't want to have to deal with it. Anyways, here we are. We are here, and this is the old quarry, as you can see. I have already set it up for a 3 chunk by 3 chunk radius. Now, again, I definitely know that you are able to do this a lot bigger than that, but consider this a test run. I'm not really sure how this is going to work, how quick it's going to work, if I'm pushing enough power, if I'm generating enough power, etc., etc. So I wanted to do a test run first. I also know that I should probably enchant my quarry, but I also don't want to do that yet, just in case I get a bad enchant on it. I don't want to have to make all this stuff again, you know? Oh, I should have left that cobalt home. Anyways, so let's pick up all the stuff we need, and let's see if we can figure this out. So, from what I know is you can put this here, which that's going to pop that stuff off. And, you know, as always, I always like getting my markers back just because they're a pain in the ass to make. I know they're not hard to make particularly, but it really is a pain in the ass. You have to use a redstone torch with a piece of lapis, and who really ever keeps that stuff on them, to be honest with you? So I'm just going to pick up my markers. And then once I get my markers... Did I do this wrong? That is kind of weird. Why did this do this? I might have actually done this wrong, and I'm missing the marker over here. See, and this is why I like picking up my markers, because now I think I am going to have to redo this a little bit, and I don't know where my last marker went. Kind of a pain in the ass. Okay, let's see. Now, why did this happen? Let's see if we can figure this out. I thought I put these on the same level. What Y are we at over here? Let's just take a quick look. We are at Y. This is Y51. Maybe that's just how this works? That doesn't seem right. Let's see. That's Y51. And this is Y51. Okay. I guess this must work like this. I guess this doesn't do the 5 blocks up like the regular quarry does. It does, what was that, 3 blocks up? Something like that. Whatever. Okay. This is fine. So we have our quarry down. Next thing we need to do is put down our pump. Cool. So I believe these blues mean that they're connected. I hope. I really don't know. So the next thing we need, let's just... Actually, we don't want to go in there. We want to just move this stuff out of the way for now. We don't need that. And we don't need that at the moment. And let's just put this stuff down. Okay, so first thing we need to do is set up the pump to be able to push into here. Right? I assume this is the way it works. Again, I've never done this before, so I don't really know. We could put our ender chest here for our output. And then, I guess this, and then that. Now we just need to set up our tesseract, but let's just make some room over here so we can actually get out. And I love this new pick. This new pick is awesome. Okay, cool. All right, so now let's program this tesseract. This is going to be that. And is it auto configure itself? No. So we want, okay, we want to turn that off. We want to turn it on energy mode, receive energy. Is that it? Is this working? Maybe we have to do that. No. Let's turn this off. Blocked. Blocked. Receive energy. Connected to there. And is this working? I don't know. I don't know if this is working or not. Okay, let me sit here for a little bit, let this run, and see if it's actually doing anything, because I don't know if this is actually clearing out any areas or what. Again, this is my first time ever using this, so we'll find out together. So let me let this run, and I will be right back. Okay, we are back at the base, and the problem was I never actually turned on this Tesseract, so that's why it wasn't working. But I think I came into another problem, which I'm actually very surprised about. I didn't think this was going to happen. It seems like this is actually going quicker than the actual the conduit can pump out. Because watch what happens. Watch what's going to happen after we get rid of all of this cobble. It's going to start queuing up there. And it's never actually going to start pulling the other stuff. I try to put the cobble at the end to make sure it queues up at the end. So anything new that comes in is okay. But I don't know if this is actually going to work. And now this has stopped. So I wonder now if it's in the regular mode. So let's get back to where our quarry is. Take a look at what's going on over there. Good news is this seems to be holding up pretty well. We got everything packaging. Whatever needs to be smelted is being smelted. We even got some ferrous ingots out of this, I guess. Very cool. Okay, so let's keep this going. I am going to head to where... Yeah, see, you can already see it starting to happen. I'm going to head to where the quarry is and see what's going on. And I don't know if we're going to be able to deal with this. This just might be going too quick. And then, obviously, the easy way of fixing that is to slow it down. Maybe I will do that. If I slow it down using some leadstone pipes, I wonder if that will actually work. Now, that's going to waste... That's not going to waste energy, but... let's see, do I have leadstone? I'm pretty sure I have leadstone somewhere. Yeah. So you know what? Let's replace this with a leadstone pipe. And then see what happens. And as you can see, my pick is fully repaired already, which is really, really cool. So, let me charge my jetpack before I leave. So yeah, I'm going to charge my jetpack, go back to the quarry, and we could see what's going on and seeing if maybe replacing it with a slower speed will work out better. So, see you guys back here in a moment. Before I got back to my quarry, I just wanted to show you something real quick. So this haste 3 or 4 or whatever it is pickaxe, I just want to show you how quick it mines obsidian. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 3 seconds. How awesome is that? I love this pick. Tinker's Construct is such a cool mod once you actually figure it out. Anyways, let me get back to the quarry and I will be right back. Okay, we are back, and I mean, look how much this is getting backed up. Might be worthwhile to actually slow this down a bit. One thing cool it's worth pointing out that Benchy told me about, but you don't really get it until you see it, is it actually puts up these barriers wherever there's liquids, which is really, really cool. I really like this mod. Whoa. Yeah, it's quite dangerous over here. Oh. A little bit dangerous. Once this gets down a little further, it shouldn't be that bad. But I do feel like... I definitely feel like I should... Oh. Thank God I have this strong sword. I do feel like this is going too fast. Though, one thing worth mentioning is that this Quarry Plus has a huge internal buffer. But I'm not sure how much I like that. Let's see, is this affecting the TPS? Nah, not really. So I think, you know what, I'm going to let this run for a while. I'm not going to swap that out just yet, and I want to see what happens. Because it looks like, yeah, it looks like it's now finally into digging mode. One cool thing about Quarry Plus that regular quarries don't do is that you actually get all the items that, you actually get all the items when it clears out the top portion of it. So let's just let this run for a little while and see what happens. And I will be back. Oh, man. I hope I don't die. Come on. Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, this time for real. I'm going to let this run for a bit, and we will see what happens. See if this backs up, see if this runs okay. Not 100% sure. So, be back in a minute. Okay, so now this has been running for a while, and it's actually doing pretty good. One thing I did have to change on the other side is I got rid of the void chest. I think I have it on me, yeah. I had to get rid of that void chest and replace that with a trash can. Let's just take a look at the trash can. And the reason for that is the void chest is just way too slow. at getting rid of the items. A void chest, takes a couple ticks for each item to leave, whereas with the trash can, it leaves instantly. So I have right now all my cobble, dirt, and sand just voiding out in the trash can. Another issue I had was I couldn't figure out why this wasn't working, only to find out, I don't know, maybe when I turned around it wasn't looking or something, I don't know. It must have picked up a shit ton of water, because I just thought the water was getting stuck in there and it wasn't getting voided on the other side. Oh, it definitely was getting voided on the other side. It just was so much water in here, so all I had to do is break the pump, replace it, and we're good. So that is pretty much it. I am going to watch this, see how this is going. Actually, I picked up a couple diamonds manually, and we'll see how many resources we get out of this. I'm starting to get a ton of it, actually, and you can see all of those resources, all those good stuff down there. So I am going to call that the end of the episode, and luckily now we have a quarry running. We could start gaining resources crazy fast, and we could start playing around with other things. So until next time, thanks for joining me. As always, if you liked what you see, please give it a thumbs up. It does help a lot. If you want to see more of my episodes, definitely subscribe. As I always say, I try to put out at least 2 or 3 a week. And that's it for me. See you guys next time.